Yeah. Yotta. You ain't know? Look, this Yotta scoop. Okay, if you didn't know this, I'm letting you know before this pop off, okay? And what I've been talking about when I've been saying about these spiritual powers, spiritual abilities, um, kinesis and stuff like that, and uh, levitation, um, moving objects, and teleportation, and like X-Men abilities and stuff like that. Okay, this is what I mean, okay? Okay, this year is the year 9, okay? I'm gonna do the short and sweet, okay? Okay, this ain't about being no Christian, okay? This is about being no Muslim, okay? This is being, spiritual. This is about the natural, you for me, the authenticity, okay? This year is number 9. This year, have you ever heard of the word Kundalini? Awakening? Kundalini? You got to check on this. Everybody has a Kundalini. This year, the Kundalini wakes up. Okay? You feel me? The oil that goes down your brain, it drops every month. It goes down, and it has to go up to 33 vertebrae to get back home to Joseph and Mary, the pineal and the pituitary gland, okay, which is called the milk and honey. It goes through a three-day of death and raises like a phoenix out of the ashes, okay? Okay, by about December 21st, 2025, like I said, if y'all Kundalini ain't rose, you won't be getting your spiritual abilities. So certain entities are going to attempt to feed on you, okay? There ain't too much you can kind of like do about it, because you got to have that seal of basically God, the higher vibration, the 144,000 frequency. The chosen one is that which whom chooses themselves to raise above the darkness, to embody fierce love, fierce compassion. You gotta rise. You gotta break bad habits. You got to stop eating those meats and stuff, and you ain't been, and stop talking about all that blood. Okay, you got to break certain bad habits. You got to get into certain good habits. Develop a good positive mindset. You got to raise your vibration so your Kundalini rises. And when it rises and it goes through, because there's a time and a place. Like when a flower blossoms and when it doesn't, and when they shed their leaves and stuff. Okay, it's the same thing with humans. There's a certain thing that we're going through. It's called a metamorphosis. It's like a caterpillar getting into a cocoon to turn into a butterfly. However, isn't able to turn to its original state. Okay, we're talking about a higher state of consciousness, a God consciousness. Okay, certain aliens, certain stuff didn't want you to rise to get into that frequency so they can feed on you and use you as a battery and then do some real lustful things to you, okay? So I'm just saying, this is the time to raise your frequency and to vibe with people that raise your frequency. Okay, this is the time to, you feel me, to see who's adding value to your life and who isn't. Okay, if somebody isn't adding value to your life, you got to cut them off. Okay, like when you prune the leaves and when they go and cut the grass and they cut certain things. Okay, you got it. It's time to prune it. This is the time of this the year of reaping what you sow. So I'm saying this is about a Kundalini awakening. Okay, if you feel me, in order so you can get your spiritual abilities. There's, you feel me. So like I said, certain one in certain positions, they already know they're not getting certain abilities because they haven't worked on theirs. They've been trying to take the easy route and they've been worshiping money. Okay, that worshiping money ain't gonna get you your God-given spiritual abilities. They've been trying to bring people down because misery loves company and they would like company. Okay, so you got to cut off certain people. Even if you got to walk into nature, get in tune with the nature, get really in tune so your Kundalini can rise. Look at it, it's called a Kundalini awakening. Okay, you got to, speak. I told you about how to do the prayers and closing in your own name. Say, in my name I pray. Ashe, thank you, the most high of all creators, You give thanks, okay? This is about a Kundalini awakening that's happening this year. This year is the number 9. Last year was the number 8, was the year of karma. 9 is the year of fruition. Okay, it's not my issue if you want to, you feel me, downplay, but yet you don't have the scientific evidence, and I just proved everything that I said when you can look on Google and you can check all this in books. But yeah, you want to, this ain't about your little religious dogma. We'll see when it all plays out, whether your book gonna play out or whether nature is gonna take and evolution is gonna take your breath away, cause you just can't believe it. After it's been warned into you all this time, now you ain't got your powers. Now you vibing with the lower frequency entities that's probably gonna chew you out, and you're gonna get karma. I have dominion over lower entities. You know that, right? Okay. Look, the only thing is, I don't brag about mine. I respect nature and I respect all. Don't disrespect me, okay? This is about raising your frequency, okay, y'all? Hey, get into your meditations. You got to get into your senses, because time is coming. Time is of the essence. Ones are very hungry and try to bring people's energy down right now. They thirsty, trying to get children, trying to get the women, and trying to get all that stuff, okay? Because some of these women are living in la la land. They want to keep them at a very low frequency and keep them all lustful and stuff like that. Keep them attached to this material realm so they don't get that Kundalini awakening. And they turn into, that Phoenix female and the X-Men and stuff. They don't want her to turn into that. They don't want that. They don't want the guys to. Okay? They're like crabs in a barrel. Okay, you just got to cut that off. Okay? Like I said, you got to do your own thing. It's about your own Kundalini awakening. You can't take everybody with you. Everybody's not meant to come. All right? Some just would like to just sabotage you. Okay? I'm not going with it. All right? I love y'all. This quick vid. All right? Stay creative. 1.